Mambo vipi, kama kawaida, this F001, your number one online channel where we educate, we entertain, and most importantly, we empower. Guys, if you're new here, you know we do it. Like, subscribe, and definitely don't forget to share. Anyway, we want to take this opportunity to thank each and every returning subscriber, those who always appreciate from learning one or two from every episode. And like I always say, these things are happening. They don't happen in moon or sand. They happen just down on earth. And just to be precise, they happen in Nairobi and any part of this country. Stay cautious. No one is safe. You can never be safe. It could be you next time, but God forbid. Sitaki kuongea mengi sana. I'm blessed today to have the whole house as said. You all requested for this, and I quite have to appreciate one very individual, mwalimu hapa, for just having her time kukuja. We square this thing because it's very urgent and it is something we could not postpone. And I thank God the lady here managed to come, even though we had a tough time just convincing her to be here. But yote tisa kumi tuko hapa wote. And I want to start with mwalimu. Maybe you can give me a background story, because I believe every river has its source. And while this river is flowing, I believe there's somewhere it started. It can be a mountain, it can be anything, but you know best. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for yesterday. Before we start, you made me realize a truth that was hiding underneath my own layer. If I can start. Let's start when I met my husband. No, that will be long. I'll start when we got married. My husband was so caring, loving. Anything you want in a man, he had it all. I even thought he was the perfect man. He used to provide for us, and I was happy. He used to be sending mom money. You know, it's so hard to get a man sending your mother money nowadays. He used to be very, very loving to the children. Everything was okay until the contract came to an end. I was patient. I am a patient person. Having grown in a Christian home, I was taught patience by my parents and endurance, and I was patient. I sat there with my husband every single day, trying to come up with ways in which he could still get back on his feet. Having been a project manager, and the contract just came to an end, considering they had finished building the buildings. Oh, I'm still so tense. Let me compose myself first. This is a person I've given 5 years of my life for. The person who has seen me through thin and thick. The person who knows me inside and outside. I used to be hearing the so-called signs, but I just ignored them. There were times after he had lost his job, he was just in the house. Since I go to work very early by 6, my child goes to school at around 7. There was this day, actually not day, it came consecutive days, when I used to be called by the teacher at around 8 a.m. in the morning. She's asking me, why is Brea not coming to school? And I was like, why is Brian not coming to school? Brian was okay in the morning. And I left him while he was being prepared to go to school. Little did I know. That was one of the first signs, but I ignored it. I just went back home, confronted him, we sorted the issue, and I just let it go. But then it started to be persistent when time for picking Brian, because Brian leaves school at around 3. He was going to pick Brian in school at around 5 in the evening. When I'm leaving school, that's when I'm seeing my child being picked. Omondi. He did that every single time. And he always came up with all kinds of excuses. I know human being can never be perfect. I know. And I've been hiding so many of his flaws, so many. My husband here is respected in the school. He is very, very much respected considering the work he does. Not only from the teachers, not only from the headmaster and deputy, and also the students. Because I always invite him to school to talk to them and advise them. He's a good role model. So whenever these signs were being shown to me every now and again and I was ignoring them, I felt like I was the stupid person. I felt like, oh, God, who have I really married in this entire generation? Who am I getting married in my lifetime? Is this the man I'm going to spend the rest of my life with? Now the worst and the most painful one was when Mama plot. The women were always in the plot. They were always trying to get a time to talk with me. They were always trying to tell me, hey, Mama Brayo, tusome kidogo tukusalimie. Mbona unajieka hivi expensive? And you know my work entails me to be on time in school and on time whenever I'm leaving. So you can just see, if I could have taken that chance to listen to this mama, our Mama Waploti, would I have undergone such a kind of embarrassment and humiliation yesterday? After that, I now started just to see all these signs now in a new picture. Because as they always say, a man can never be satisfied with one woman, and I thought mine was always satisfied with me. I know I always take so much time at home, and I'm not going to lie. I always carry my work and finish it at home. Be it marking the assignments, be it online meetings, be it class meetings, be it online classes, or even individuals who want to be tutored personally. I used to go to their houses. I don't know if those is one of the reasons why he did such a thing that he did. I really don't know. But the moment when I knew that this thing was pinching me was every single month, budget yetu ya nyumba ni around 6K. 6K can buy for us 25 kg rice, 10 kg liters of oil, and 2 kg sugar because we don't drink tea that much. So you can get to see half a month has gone by, food imeisha kwa nyumba. How would you think that half a month imeenda and natoa pesa wapi? Yet my children have to eat. And I just kept quiet. Because nilikuwa nasema, labda, maybe since he's at home most of the time he cooks for himself, it won't matter. But now, my daughter was always like, Mommy, Daddy, Geni, Yembo. So I was like, Daddy, Geni, Yembo. What are you saying? Hey, Geni, Yembo. Like, Stacy, can you listen to what you're saying? Hey, Daddy, Geni, Yembo. So I just ignored my daughter. And you know, a child can never lie. Maybe they do lie, but a small child below 4 years can never lie. All those signs were given to me on a platter and I pushed them all away. all because I love my husband, I trust my husband, I preserve my marriage, am dedicated to my vows. And the worst part of all of this is that my husband, OMONDI here, was engaging in all of these so-called acts after his contract ended with a girl in the same plot. I know contracts zinaisha, but can't a person get another job to keep them busy? The devil's mind, an evil mind is the devil's workshop. An idle one, per se, is now the devil's workshop. That's where all kinds of ideas come through. That's where all kinds of every single thought comes through. And my husband got into that temptation. Now the reason why I'm now tired of being with this man, because I have so many reasons. If I can talk, there are so many. It will take probably the entire day. But this was one that pinched me so hard. It pinched me so hard. Last month, I had just gone to a conference in Mombasa. Considering I'm a HOD of my department, I was advised by the school to go to a conference in Mombasa. While in the conference, I was doing my presentation. I was addressing other HODs on what kinds of projects we could come up with as schools to make our children learn more about physics and biology. And while presenting, my phone was on silent. You remember yesterday I told you he had called me sometime also back that he wanted Wi-Fi, right? So, my phone was on silent and I was busy presenting my ideas. And you know, for a woman, when your children, you leave your children with a man who has never ever cared for children. You're always scared of what are these many missed calls for. So immediately after finishing my presentation, I looked on my phone and I saw 10 missed calls. I was like, something bad has happened to the children. Because I know my Stacy has an allergy. Brian, I cannot say he has an allergy because I've never seen any, but Stacy has an allergy. So my mind was running like Stacy has been rushed to the hospital. I excused myself from the meeting, and upon calling my husband, do you know what he told me he wanted? Babe, nitumie tu soya kunyoa. 200 for shaving his hair. He made me panic. He made me lose my focus for 200 shillings. A mere 200 that a person can get akiwa mjengo. A mere 200 that a person can get akisema acha niwafagilie plot alafu apewe pesa. A mere 200 a person can get akisema wacha leo nifulie watu hapa nguo zao wanilipata kama ni so-so. A mere 200. He called me and is like, babe, nitumie tu so niende ninyoe. Can that really be a man? Yo si mwanamke mwenzangu ninalea kwa nyumba. Hata mtoto wangu Brian is even better than him. Because at least Brian is in school trying to get his future while studying. Na yeye ako kwa nyumba. All is like, Wi-Fi imeisha. Oh, token imeisha. Oh, sijanyoa bebe, hebu nitumie pesa. Anataka kuonekania mrembo kwa nani? Who does he want to look so handsome for? Who? Yesterday you opened my eyes quite well. I don't know why I was ignoring all of these signs. I really don't know. I seriously don't know what kind of a person I married. I don't know how now the entire school is going to picture me, considering me, I am a mentor to the students. I really don't know. I still can't find the composure within myself. Today I was supposed to be in school. Because I am a teacher, I was supposed to be in school. But I lied to the principal that, my daughter is sick. I need to go back home. Because I was being called by the caretaker that my husband was at the door. And I just couldn't imagine what he was doing at my door. I really couldn't imagine what was going on his mind while he had the audacity to come to my door after what he did. And I am happy, I am really happy. I can't say I'm happy. No, I'm really not happy because I'm still angry and sad. But I'm trying to find the composure within myself on how I'm going to explain to my children that your dad has been doing this and this and this. If only I could have taken the chance of trying to listen to my daughter Stacy, even though she could not articulate the words quite well. If only I could have asked more from her. I know I don't have any doubts on my husband, but if only I could have asked just a little more from my daughter. Because she sees everything in the house whenever I'm not around. I can't say she's my CCTV, but a child gets to know whatever is going around them and try to portray it every now and again. And the worst part of all of this is that Omondi here had all the guts, had all the courage to bring this human being of a person called Benta to my house. He brought Benta to my matrimonial bed.
Excuse me.
To my matrimonial bed, the bed that is vowed and is sacred for married people. Benta was sleeping on that bed. I really don't know how the audacity he gained, how much confidence he got in himself to bring an unfinished product to my house. A girl who left school to my house in front of my daughter. It was one thing that made me lose all my nerves yesterday. It was one thing that made me lose all my nerves yesterday. You can see already I'm being called by school. I'm being asked, is your daughter okay? That's the principal calling me. Seriously, how do you expect me to be at peace, to be even in composure to teach children when such a thing is happening to me? I can't even pick myself up. I don't know even if I get the opportunity to even call my parents. What are they going to say about all of this? Do I really deserve all of this humiliation, all of this frustration, just so as to keep my marriage?
Maybe we ask him. Maybe he has a better explanation for everything. Mr. Mondi.
Yes.
Ulisema uchome kabisa hadi ugue iishe kabisa.
Hapana, si hivyo. Things do happen.
Which things do happen, Omondi? Which things do happen?
Kitambo me before contract iishe. Life was so good. Nilikuwa nafanya kila kitu. Namtumia pesa ya salon. Nafanya kila kitu. But ilikuja kaenda hivyo. Contract ikaisha. So after hapo mimi nimekuwa tu kwa nyumba nikibaki na huyo last born wetu. Namuosha, nampea chakula na lala. Alafu hata unajua tu this month movie utoka Kalikali hapo in Netflix. So mimi nilimpigia tu simu kumomba pesa nilipe. Like my wife is a busy teacher. Hata akikuja kwa nyumba ni mtu najaribu kumwambia kuna movie inatokea hapo. Like hataki kunisikiza. kuna zile mastori zangu namwambia mama tu anipei time. So hata kukaa na Benta si ati ilikuwa kitu mbaya sana.
Unajisikia venye unaongea? Unajisikia venye unaongea seriously? Ati kukaa na Benta sio kitu nzuri sana, sio kitu mbaya sana.
So acha nikuulize swali. What do you share with this lady in Commonwealth? Based on vile na kuona tu.
Benta anakutenga tu kwa nyumba tuna watch movie na yeye.
What do you talk? Because I'm more interested. What can you talk? Are they age mates, ama?
They're not age mates. He is 35. Benta is a mere 16, 17 girl. Yeah, don't give me that attitude, young woman. Don't give me that attitude.
So mnashare nini na yeye?
Hata kuna
Na ukisema bibi yako akikuja ni what do you discuss with it? Anytime mmetoka kazi, what is this discussion?
Initially, nikitoka kazi, it was always like, babe, I saw like the government is trying to come up with this project. There are these tenders coming out. I've tried to secure them. So it was, I could see that he was actually active in the house, trying to see a better way for him to move in the situation that he was in. But recently, he was like, nimetoka kazi, nimechoka, at around 7, I'm so tired. Nimebana na assignments za kumark. Then naingia hivi nikimsalimia kwa like, hey babe, umesikia the 100s inakuja season 6? I'm like, the 100s? Achana the 100s. Kuna hii imetoka inaitwa the Atlas, like the Atlas. Jennifer Lopez. Like seriously dude. Seriously.
Mimi nilimwambia tu like unaona si big deal. Movie tu ilikuwa imetokea, mimi sikuwa na shida. Sikuwa najua ataichukua venye anaichukulia vibaya.
Na role yako kwa hiyo nyumba gani?
Mimi upelekanga mtoi kwa basi akienda shule.
Hiyo tu ndo role unakuta kwa nyumba.
Mimi napenda alafu nabaki na huyo last minute.
Alafu imagine natoka kazi, hiyo 7 nimechoka, mimi ndo nakuja bado napikia mwanaume kwa nyumba. Yeye ni mtoto. Ujui kuosha gas Omondi? Ujui kukata kitunguu na nyanya ujui?
Sinajua.
So ulikuwa unangoja mimi ndo natoka kazi alafu nakufanyia hizo vitu zote juu mimi ni mwanamke.
Na baby girl, kazi yako, how old are you?
I'm 20. Wewe mtoto mwenye hata hujamaliza shule ni 20. Ona huyu. You didn't even finish school and you're telling me you are 20. You are a mere 16-year-old. I know you dropped out of school even before finishing your studies. You're telling me you are 20.
Excuse me, miaka yangu inakuhusu na nini?
Miaka yako inakuhusu na nini? Umejua nimekulea kwa hiyo, umejua nilikuwa nakujua kwa hiyo plot ukiwa mdogo. You moved into the plot when you are a mere 10-year-old girl. And 6 years later, you are out there opening your legs to sleep with my husband. Does your mom even know you're doing such kind of a thing?
No.
Does she know that you smoke bang? You smoke weed kwa vichochoro?
Yes, na smoke. Inakuhusu na nini?
Ati inanihusu na nini?
Si ni life yangu. Si ni mimi navuta.
So you're telling me because it's your life wewe ndio unavuta? Can you really listen to yourself?
Kazi yako ni kulala na mabwana za watu.
Nimelala na
This is my husband. Sulilala na yeye hadi kukupea mimba hadi ukatoa.
He did out of his own conscience.
Seriously, Benta. Can you actually listen to him that he did it because
Sasa kama umezeeka si ukubali tu sisi baby girls.
wow, you're even throwing back words at me indirectly.
So wewe ndio baby girl.
Of course.
Ya kunyang'anya watu mabwana.
Sijanyang'anya mtu, alikuja utu. Yeye ndo alijileta, yeye ndo alinileta.
Already hujafika 20 na usha abort. Ndio uko na experience ya abortion. What do these people discuss in common? Hiyo ndio kitu inaniuma sana. What do
Hata mimi
people
also
share
want
in
to know,
common?
what do you guys share in common? You are a former project manager and you are a school dropout.
Bro, mimi nimekuambia wife yangu is a busy teacher. Ananga time yangu.
So unataka idlers.
So you just want mimi nitoke kazi.
Nani analipa rent kwa hiyo nyumba?
Mimi ndo nalipa rent so far.
Doing
I have
shopping?
paid rent for 3 months consecutive.
Doing shopping.
It's still me. Paying all the bills, it's still me. NHIF yake nalipa na nalipa
Tena alikuwa
yangu.
na waka, alikuwa anaona ukiwa busy kweli. Ama saa hizi when he has time ndio ana notice uko busy.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Na ubenta ndio the same when ulisema
Mwenye nilikuwa nakwambia nilikuwa na tuition.
Mimi sikukuambia unifunze.
Imagine the mother is my friend. The mother told me like, hey, my daughter has been performing very badly and I want her future to be okay. Please tutor her for me. Umeja before hata kwanza anzi hiyo tutoring, the tuition itself, it was hell. It was hell in its own. Ilikuwa nile unaenda hapo unagonga, Benta kuja, hey. Nakuja kufanya, anatoka hapa amevaa the so called rugged crop top, anatoka alafu anatembea hapa na wanaume wenye wanavutanga bangi hapa kwa plot.
Hata hujui kufunza actually. Hujui kufunza.
Ati sijui kufunza. I have 10 years experience. Hata kama nilikuwa nafunza watu wadogo, hata kama nilianza kufunza last year, but I still have experience of tutoring children.
But mimi uniwezi. Mimi sipangwingwe.
Usimuongeleshe hivyo vibaya.
Ati upangwingwi. And even after the tu bado unambembeleza. Yani uko na hiyo courage. Unamwambia ati babe tulia. Seriously Omondi.
Mtu akiamua ukweli si akubali tu. Wewe ni shosho hujui kufunza. Mimi unipangi. Life yangu ni yangu.
I wish your mother could have known the kind of daughter she has. I really wish she could have known the kind of daughter she has. This is so bad.
Sasa nashangaa kama si hii leo unajiebisha yenyewe yule mtoto mdogo. Hata ukimwona vizuri unaona mtoto amefika 18.
Hajafika 18.
Already
alikuwa last year 16, size she is 17.
Already ni crime msha commit hapo. Kama huu unaona hii kama nini? Si ni crime?
Actually it's the perfect crime. Juu saizi akitoka nje mtu anaona he looks like a 20-year-old, so hakuna mwenye anaweza jua. Omondi, you slept with an underage child and gave her pregnancy, Omondi. To a point hadi unampatia pesa afanye abortion. Seriously, Omondi. No, there's nothing like ilikuwa accident. Omondi, nilikuwa nakunyima rights zako. Umejua, you know, that is the main thing that men say that alikuwa ananinyima my conjugal rights. Nilikuwa nakunyima rights zako.
Sasa mpango yako ni gani Monty? Mimi siwezi kukutetea. It seems unapenda huyo underage wish na yeye.
Imagine amekaa hapa hivi hadi anamwambia ati babe tulia. Badala he should be helping me to subdue my anger. He's like, we babe acha kuongea hivyo. He's telling an underage.
Sasa naona tu cool down tuongee. Na alafu kuna daktari alisaidia huyo msichana kwa boti hiyo mimi. Kuna 3K yake sikuwa nimelipa. Naomba niongezee hiyo. Nimalizane na Benta alafu tukue na yeye sasa.
Sio ndio maana ulikuwa umekuja kwa mlango yangu asubuhi?
Bado unataka 3K ya kujazia daktari.
Imagine.
Kuna audacity. Ama maybe you have a very good wife. Baby girl, what do you decide? Mimi hapa hata mimi nimeshiba. Hapa ni opinion yako, mimi siwezi ongea. Kama utamsaidia 3K waende watoe, sijui ni deni ama ni nini.
I really don't want anything to do with Omondi right now. Sitaki, nilishamwambia nobody in your family should do such a thing like calling me to get back with you.
Na unaona hata hakuna kitu.
Sasa unaenda wapi seriously? I'm still talking to you.
Acha na huyo mtakuja. Nikati yetu hiyo kitu sasa tutaongea nini?